children, how are you? I hope you all are fine and safe. Yes. So this corona is spreading very fast, children. So be aware. Okay. So always be at home, be safe. Just follow all the instructions like washing hands, everything. First, our safety is important. Okay. Now, shall we go to the next? Yes. What is the thing we are seeing now? What is the lesson? Yes, what is the lesson? Sorting materials into groups. Very good. What is that sorting materials into groups? Yes, you are able to see a picture, right? They have been differentiated according to their color. Yes. What are the properties which we had seen already about the properties of materials? Now shall we go? Yes, what are all the content which we had already discussed? They are introduction, classification of materials, objects around us. This we had seen in the first class. And in the second, what we had seen, properties of materials, in that appearance, hardness, soluble or insoluble. Yes, but today, now, what we are going to see? Yes, objects float or sink in water. And the next thing is transparency and then recap. Okay, shall we go into the lesson? Yes. Now we will have a short recap of what we had discussed in the last sessions. Okay. So first we had seen, now tell me what is meant by materials. Fast? Very good. Nothing, it is nothing but it occupies some space and has some mass. It has mass and occupies some space. It can be very good, natural or man-made. Okay. So these are some of the materials. Yes or no? Then we had seen types of materials. What are the types of materials? Tell me. Yes, what is that? Solid. Very good. And then liquids and gases. Super. What is that? Solid, liquid and then gases. So we had seen what is that? The properties. So these are the important properties. So I am showing this you again and again. Okay. So about their mass, shape, volume, compressibility and then fluidity. Yes, they have definite shape. They do not have definite, but they have definite mass. 3 of them has mass. Coming to the shape, solids has definite shape, but the liquids and gases, they do not have definite shape. Volume, coming to the case of volume, solids has definite volume and liquids also has some volume, but gases do not have any definite volume. And then compressibility. So compressing a solid is difficult. We are able to compress liquids and we are able to easily compress the gases. And next thing is fluidity. Solids cannot flow, liquids and gases can flow. Okay. What are the important properties? First thing we have seen their appearance. Yes or no? So based on their appearance, how they are classified. Yes, based on their appearance, how they are classified as to what are the types? Very good. Lustrous and then non-lustrous. Lustrous and non-lustrous. What do you mean by lustrous? Tell me. Sorry. What is mean by lustrous? Yes, very good. They have shiny appearance. So they are called as very good metals. And coming to the next one, non-lustrous. How they appear? They look. They have rough. They are not shiny. So what are they called as? Very good. They are called as non-metals. Okay. And the next one we had seen hardness. What is that? Hardness. So tell me, what is mean by hardness? It is their ability to withstand everything like scratches, compressibility is their ability to withstand. Okay. So based on the hardness, how they are classified? They are classified into hard and soft. They are classified into hard and then soft. Okay. And next, soluble or insoluble. Have you performed the activity which I gave you? Yes, do it and try to submit it within Friday. Okay. And then soluble and insoluble. And then we had seen object. Now we are going to see about the objects that are going to float or sink in water. And then transparency. Okay. So what is that? Objects float and sink. Have you seen some objects which is floating on the surface of water and some which sinks inside it? Yes. See, ball, these plastic materials, boat, everything floats. Yes or no? But coming to the case of what? Coin, keys, everything sinks inside water. Why do they float and sink? Do you have any ideas about it? Why do they float and sink? Do you have any ideas? Now we will be discussing it. Okay. So, what makes some objects float in water and why other objects sink? Do you have anything? Why they are floating and why they tend to sink inside water? Yes. See here, these materials float. Yes. Why do they all sink? Why they cannot float and why do they cannot sink? After this discussion, you will get an idea. Okay. So why do objects float? First we will be seeing why do the objects float on water. So listen here. If the density of object, what do you mean by density? Yes, what do you mean by density? Density is mass by volume. That is nothing but the volume occupied by the object. The volume occupied by some particular mass. The volume which is occupied by some particular mass is called density. For your easy understanding, I tell you it may be the weight. But volume is the space occupied by them. For particular weight, what is the space occupied by them? That is called as density. Okay. So, the density of an object is less than that of water. Water also has some density. Water to have some density and all the objects has density. So, if the object density is less than water, if the object's density is less than water, the objects float. Yes. See here, these are some of the examples of materials which float. They are cork, balloon, water bottle, etc. Yes. So, these objects density, that is the mass per volume. So, volume means, see here, this is the space occupied by them. Yes or no? This is the space occupied by them and mass is their weight. So, that is the density. Mass by volume is called density. So, volume is expressed in cubic meters. Cubic meters and mass in terms of kilogram. Mass in terms of kilogram. Volume is expressed in terms of cubic meter. So, these objects density are less than the density of water. What is that? These objects density are less than the density of water. So, they float on that surface. Okay. Now, I am going to tell you about. So, if you fall in water, what happens? If you are thrown into a sea or lake or river, what happens? Whether will you float or will you sink? Tell me. Will you float or sink? You will sink. If you know swimming, you can swim and come. If you don't know what happens, we will be immersed inside water. We will get sick into it. But there is a sea called Dead Sea. If you are thrown in the Dead Sea, you will be floating. You will be floating on the Dead Sea if you are thrown there. Think why. See here children. This is the Dead Sea. What is that? Dead Sea. Where is this Dead Sea located? It is located in between Israel and Jordan. These are the Arab countries. So, this Dead Sea is located between Israel and then Jordan. Okay. So, between this Israel and Jordan, this Dead Sea is located. Okay. If you are thrown into the Dead Sea, you will be floating. Because, see here, you will be floating on Dead Sea, you won't sink. Because, so this Dead Sea has more salt content. What is that? This Dead Sea has more salt content. So, in normal sea water, the level of salt content is 3.4 per liters. What is that? 3.5 gram per kilogram of water. So, how much? 3.5 gram per kilogram of water. But in the Dead Sea, the content of salt is 342 kilogram. 342 gram per kilogram. See, where is 3.5 and where is 342? So, due to the salt content in this Dead Sea, we are not able to sink. We can easily float on the surface of this Dead Sea. What is this name? Dead Sea. Where it is located? Between Israel and Jordan. Where is this Israel and Jordan? They are Arab countries. So, due to the salt content here, so what is the amount of salt present? 342 gram per kilogram of water. But other lakes and oceans contains 3.5 gram. So, due to this salt content, we will not sink into this Dead Sea. We will be floating on the surface. Shall we go to the next one? Yes. So, we have seen why do objects float. Now, why do objects sink? So, if the density of object is more than that of water, the object sinks. So, why do objects float? If the density of object is less than that of water. Compared to the density of water, the object's density is less. It would float. And compared to the density of water, if the object's density is high, it will sink. So, consider for example, so stone, glass, iron ball, rubber ball, everything would sink because their density is greater than the density of water. Shall we go to the next one? Yes. Now I am going to introduce you two important things. These are not there in your book. Just try to have a note of it, please. Okay. So, buoyant force. What is that? Buoyant force. What do you mean by this buoyant force? It is nothing but the ability of an object to float is called buoyant force. What is that? The ability of object to float on the water surface is called buoyant force. See here. So, the ship floats on the surface of water. It is called as buoyancy. So, its ability to float. It can float. That is called as buoyant. And now I am going to tell you one small story. Okay. What is this story? Eureka. Have you heard this word? Anyone? Eureka. What is this? So, have you heard about Archimedes? Archimedes. So, listen to the story. Okay. So, Archimedes is a scientist. Who is this? This Archimedes is a scientist. Okay. So, if we hear about Archimedes, the one point which comes to our mind is he runs naked. Without any dresses, he runs in the streets shouting Eureka, Eureka. Okay. What do you mean by that word Eureka? That means I have got it. I have found it. He started shouting and running Eureka, Eureka. Now I will tell you this story. Okay. Before that, if you have a tub full of water, what is that? Tub full of water. You are entering inside it. You are entering inside that. What happens? If it is full, what happens to the water? It flows out. Yes or no? The water flows out. So, this has been found by this Archimedes. What he found? So, there is a story behind his discovery. It is nothing but there is a king. There is a king, his name Syracuse. What is his name? Syracuse. He gave some gold to the goldsmith. He gave some gold to the goldsmith to make a crown. So, that goldsmith has cheated. He had taken some of the gold away and replaced it by silver. He had replaced some gold by silver and made a crown and gave it to the king. So, the king found it. He found that this goldsmith has cheated him. He found that the goldsmith had cheated him. He wanted to know how much gold has been replaced by him by silver. How to find that? During that day, there is no devices to find the weight of an irregular object. So I'll explain you in the next slot.